Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Emma, and we're playing Dragon Age Inquisition. So, on today's agenda, we're going to go visit some of the companions that we've met with this expansion. Alright. I think both of these are in our lay, but let me take a look.
We'll post soldiers a safe distance from the temple.
Our best guess that's safe, anyway.
Okay. I didn't want to interrupt anything they might have to say. Champions of the Just. Oh god. We have 39 and it costs 15? It's clearly like... Rescue soldiers missing in from Weldon. We have so much shit to do. Cult of Andraste. Scout. I need to like put that on a sticky note. The Clan of Emalynde, so I don't fuck it up. For like some reason, I got it right the first time. I had no idea that you could get them killed. Now let's do this. Before the Fifth Blight and the arrival of the hero of Ferelden, Haven was occupied by cultists who worshipped a dragon, one they believed to be Andraste reborn. Both the cultists and their dragon were long gone by the time the Chantry arrived to build the Temple of Sacred Ashes, but there may still be undiscovered passages in the mountains containing their relics. With a concerted search effort, it might be possible to unearth something useful to the Inquisition. Okay, so it's only these two. This is a task best left to a few select agents knowledgeable regarding dangerous magic. I have just the ones in mind. I'm leery of what we might find in these passages, but we have enough soldiers for a search. She's even less time, and I feel like it's important to let Liliana do it because I don't know if she went with us when we went to the Temple of Sacred Ashes, but she was definitely part of that piece of our past.
Let's see what we have.
All right. Again, not gonna fuck with that one. God, we gotta go to that one and that one. So that'll be on our to-do list for sure. The Chantry remains. The confrontation with Mother Havara in the Valrio market had the desired effect, to a point. The Chantry's condemnation of the Inquisition was lost amid a flurry of speculation over the actions of Lord Seeker Lucius, who was admittedly an ass, as well as a divide in the opinions of the remaining Chantry clerics. There are, however, clerics still loudly denouncing the Herald of Andraste. I'm not the Herald. The Inquisition could leave them to their speeches, but dealing with them before the Chantry elects a new divine could be a benefit. A delicate hand is needed. We should focus on clerics who can be swayed, make their voices louder than those who oppose us, and we should send a contingent of Inquisition soldiers to the Grand Cathedral. They can offer protection. Their visibility will remind the clerics they are not... I don't like the threatening bit. I don't like the threatening bit at all. Joseph's definitely much more my speed. Okay, so we've done that one. And investigate the shards. These aren't going to take us places, right? We're just investing in them. Okay. Sister Liliana, the shards acquired by the Herald of Andraste, not the Herald of Andraste, are unlike anything I've encountered. Though ancient in origin, few have been recovered before now. The breach must have disrupted whatever ancient magic was concealing them from view. I have heard of one scroll that mentions the shards. It belonged to the Circle Tower in Markham. However, after the circles fell, the Sorrel family seized many of the Bibles as compensation for donations made after their mage son was taken there. They intend to sell the scroll along with everything else at private auction. Chanter Renaud. Hastily scrawled below, Josephine, if this ancient magic is tied to the breach or can offer some advantage against it, we need to know. Can you get us into that auction? Why not? We have got plenty of power to spare. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is already like dunsies. Sister Liliana, with thanks to Our Lady Ambassador, I was able to study the scroll. The reference is vague, but it implies a connection to a temple, possibly elven. I follow the lead and believe one such temple stands on an oasis in the western approach. As to what might lie within, I cannot say. Reports of the place are cut off or have pages missing. I have yet to find a reliable first-hand account. Perhaps our soldiers can provide a better one. Cool. I do not want to go now, though. I just want it to be a spot on our map. Let's do the same for these other areas. I'm just going to unlock them. Everybody calm down. Ferelden has not seen significant Grey Warden activity since Darkspawn attacked the city of Amaranthine 10 years ago. It's not unusual for their order to fade from public notice when there's no blight. However, recent reports claim that a group was traveling along the northern coastline. Wardens tend to follow their own agenda, but the Breeches no doubt caught their attention. If they know something, then the Inquisition should find out. The Wardens are reclusive, but not untraceable. If there are signs of their passage on the Storm Coast, my agents will find them. Alright, Sister Liliana. Lieutenant Harding led a small complement of soldiers to the Storm Coast region to investigate reports of Grey Warden activity. She sent word that her party had established a camp near the shore, but we have received nothing further. At this time, the status of Harding and her mission remains unknown. Alright, and we're not going to the Storm Coast either. Let's unlock our very last area. Inquisition soldiers have gone missing in the marshy reaches of southern Ferelden. Because the region is largely uncharted, finding them will be difficult, but the Inquisition's advisors are determined to find out what happened, and, if possible, bring their people back alive. Look at those connection cards. I love these. Okay, so, connections. If I contact the local band, she can send out search parties for the missing soldiers right away. Secrets. Send my people. A few scouts will move more quickly than a larger group could. Forces. Other soldiers are volunteering to search for their lost comrades. They won't rest until they found them. I feel like this is one of those few occasions where I'm actually going to let Cullen do his thing, because they are fellow soldiers. They might be able to understand the methodologies that these missing soldiers would have taken, where they would have explored. I think I'm going to give that to Cullen. Alright, the missing soldiers have been found in a bog called the Fallow Mire. They are being held hostage by Avar, who demand to meet the Herald of Andraste. Not the Herald of Andraste, if the Inquisition wants to see its people alive again. What a dickhole. Alright, so we've got all this cleared up. We really don't need coin. Do we even have anybody free for this? We do. Up until now, Inquisition forces have had the benefit of the Chantry's deep coffers. Now, the Inquisition is forced to seek out its own sources of revenue if it is going to grow further. Trade in and out of Haven is limited at this point, but there are various opportunities to earn coin, provided the Inquisition is willing to focus its efforts on the matter. So, our options, I just want to see the options. Clearly, we can only choose one, and it's Cullen, because everything else is busy. Josephine, trading in favors with merchants and nobility is my specialty. It would be a simple matter to collect secrets and sell them. Don't love. We have soldiers let them protect caravans and do other honest work for coin. Manual labor. Handy. Let's do it.
All right.
We've got the ability to put him there because we don't have anywhere else we could put him, because I don't want to do Clan Llewellyn yet because I'm afraid. Alright, so now that we've done that, I don't think we have any perks. Correct. So we can just go back to the world map and head over to either Vivian or Red Jenny. Oh, use the world map to travel. Okay, good. Let's do that. What is this, first of all? Oh, and who has a quest for us? Should we pick up the quest? We can come back. These are short. So, we'll do Red Jenny first. We only have these options. Oh, did it not? I guess I really need to, like, press down on these firmly, because it's not always registering when I click buttons. All right. I see you there. Yeah.
Well, they know who I work for at least.
Okay, guards fended off. Any notes? No notes. All right. Is there gonna be a second wave? Oh, we gotta go to the next area. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything.
Herald of Andraste, how much did you expend to discover me? It must have weakened the Inquisition immeasurably.
I don't know who you are.
You don't fool me. I'm too important for this to be an accident. My efforts will survive in victories against you elsewhere.
Just say what?
What is this?
Ugh. Squishy one, but you heard me, right? Just say what? Rich tits always try for more than they deserve. Blah, blah, blah. Obey me. Arrow in my face. So, you followed the notes well enough. Glad to see you're... And you're an elf. Well, hope you're not too elfy. I mean, it's all good, isn't it? The important thing is you glow. You're the herald thingy.
So this is why I always had a difficult time getting along with Sera. A, she doesn't like elves. I hope you all can see how that was an issue for me. Secondly, I tend to be very diplomatic and rational, logical. I like to plot my course before diving in. And she is the antithesis of that. It's not to say I don't support her cause. I simply wish it wasn't so... What's the term? I wish she wasn't so crass as an individual. But that appeals to some audiences. It's just not for me. Please, comment section, calm down. You can like her, and I cannot like her, and it's totally chill. That doesn't mean that she's not a good character. She's just not my cup of tea. Just not my kind of jam. All right. I am not the Herald, and I did need to question him.
You killed him before he could say who he worked for.
And before he could shout magic. What? My people said the Inquisition would want him dead. So he's dead.
Your people? Elves?
No. People. Name's Sera. This is cover. Get round it. For the reinforcements. Don't worry. Someone tipped me their equipment shed. They've got no breeches.
I don't like that lowered gaze.
There's no
All right. Oh, we have one more?
But. Friends really came through with that tip. No breeches. So, Herald of Andraste. You're a strange one. I'd like to join.
I'm not the Herald of Andraste. I didn't realize until, like, this playthrough just how much they will not let this Herald of Andraste thing die. Even if you're like, hey, please don't. I don't think she set us up. I do think she's not making much sense. If I came into that as an individual, I'd be like, what?
Could we take a few moments for sense to reassert itself? Who are you people?
I'm not people, but I get what you want. It's like this. I sent you a note to look for hidden stuff by my friends. The Friends of Red Jenny. That's me. Well, I'm one. So is a fence in Montfort, some woman in Kirkwall. There were 3 in Starkhaven, brothers or something. It's just a name, yeah? It lets little people, friends, be part of something while they stick it to nobles they hate. So here, in your face, I'm Sera. The friends of Red Jenny are sort of out there. I use them to help you. Plus arrows.
Alright, now that there's not cat hair under my contact, let's continue. I want to ask this just because I want to be contrarian.
The Inquisition already has friends in high places. Can you add to that prestige?
Here's how it is. You important people are up here, shoving your cods around. Blah, blah, I'll crush you. I'll crush you. Ooh, crush you. Step down, you've got big lords with big purses like the tit we killed. Or was he one of the endless arse-lickers who follow? Doesn't matter. His grand plan was ruined by scrap torn from his desk and a red sock. By someone who couldn't read it. So no, I'm not Lord Poncyfart or Ruffled. If you don't listen down here too, you risk your breeches. Like those guards, I stole their... Look, do you need people or not? I want to get everything back to normal. Like you.
So who are your friends of Red Jenny? You must know them.
It's not hard to understand if you're not trying to waste your day on it. Someone little always hates someone big. And unless you don't eat, sleep, or piss, you're never far from someone little. Doesn't always work out, but a lot of people hated this guy. Someone got a laugh, someone got even, someone got paid. And someone has to have explained to them that free help is good.
This is what always bothered me. It's like, hey, I kind of want to have more context for what you do, and it's like, why don't you just shut the fuck up? And it's like, fuck me then, I guess.
Back there you wanted to know if I glowed. Why?
That's what you do, innit? You walked out of somewhere and now you glow. Andraste's herald. True or not, it seemed like the easiest way to know it was you.
True or not?
Well, that's what they say and all. Look, don't get ahead, yeah? I want to help this... whatever it is. Inquisition.
It's not necessarily what I think. I'm just doing all the chat dialogue options.
You sound like a thief who acts out petty revenge fantasies. And that might be bad.
Oh, right. You want to prop that guy up so I can say my sorries? Bad things should happen to bad people. We find someone not so bad, maybe he'll end up not so dead. Good enough?
You say that like it's obvious, but you didn't know him.
I knew about him.
That's just rumor.
Look, I'd have been fine stripping his guards and nicking his stuff. Turns out he deserved worse. Or was him trying to kill you a good thing? Are you the baddie? Didn't think so.
I don't remember all of this, like, maybe I just, like, let her join the first time. I don't remember. It's been so long. But, yeah, this is, like, this is problematic in a few ways. I don't think she necessarily wants to examine. Don't get me wrong, like, I'm all for raising up the little people, as she calls them. And I never think that you should shit on minorities, ever, period. Even if minorities are poor people, right? Like, we should never treat people unfairly, unkindly, regardless of their stature in life, of their class, the color of their skin, their species, I guess, in a fantasy setting. But I do resonate with Llewellyn here as like, well, but you didn't know him, and to me that means his side of the story. There might be justifications. There might be something. Like, I want to get all the information before I act on it. And it's really hard just to take the word of others and act on that. Like, we want facts and support for a specific course of action. Which is why this was always a difficult path for me to take. Sarah's path, that is. We're going to let her join. I, like, had a playthrough and a half, or, like, half a playthrough. A while ago, several years, maybe while I was playing Origins, just to kind of get another feel for Inquisition, and I did not let her join. But I want everyone to be able to see the options for companions if anybody hasn't played this, I'm almost positive that everyone watching this has already played Inquisition. Like, let me know in the comments if you've watched any of my videos and you haven't played the game before. Like, that really interests me, because I've always been under the impression that if you're watching, it's because you've already played. So I might be really wrong. But yeah, we want to see as much content as the game has to offer within reason.
All right, Sera. I can use you and your friends.
Yes! Getting good before you're too big to like. That'll keep your breeches where they should be. Plus extra breeches because I have all these... You have merchants who buy that piss, yeah? Got to be worth something. Anyway, Haven. See you there, Herald. This will be grand.
I think the character concept is really cool. It's just not it's not on brand for me. I am definitely more of a soulless girl.
By the end of Hard in Hightown, almost every character is revealed as a spy or a traitor.
Wait, you read my book?
It was in the Inquisition library. Everyone but Donnan turned out to be in disguise. Is that common?
Are we still talking about books, or are you asking if everyone I know is a secret agent?
Are there many tricksters in dwarven literature?
A handful, but they're the exception. Mostly they're just honoring the ancestors. It's very dull stuff. Human literature. Now there's where you'll find the tricky, clever, really deceitful types.
Curious.
Not really. Dwarves write how they want things to be. Humans write to figure out how things are.
Oh my god, I hope the rest of you who have already played this caught that. This is why I have to play things through at least twice if I really love it. Because you catch those little things. Oh my god, did we really just pick up too many breeches? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like everybody who likes Sera is not mad at me. It's just funny and entertaining. I just don't think it's a really good way to actually engage with other people. Especially not to problem solve. But I mean, everybody has a different approach. I'm trying so hard to be diplomatic about this, which is exactly the opposite of what she would afford me. If I had to be a character in Inquisition, like me as a person, not the Inquisitor, like if you had to be one of the NPCs, like it fit most of my personality, I'd probably end up being Josie. The ambassador, the diplomat. I wish I was cool enough to be soulless, but definitely not cool enough. Okay, let's go to Haven and talk to her first before we set out and talk to Vivian. Because I don't know if the rest of our companions have conversation material on her. And that would be really interesting to find out. I'd really want to see if they have anything to say about our new addition. I gotta remember where she is. Oh, I do. I think. Quick review of today's educational material. This is a hub of resources. Clicking on those images will let you learn more about the people involved. There are means to donate. There are specific subject matters you can look at. And there are different types of mediums where you can learn things. Please go learn. All right. If we're chatting, we're going to start with Cass. She's right here.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, no, do we not have anything?
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Thank you, Cassandra.
Did you need something?
Is there anything I should know?
The Lord Seeker's actions are a mystery, but the Templars will aid us. They cannot sit idle while the breach remains.
Oh, I've got a lot. Have we talked to him?
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts. Not to the extent they should.
But the Templars have served the Chantry for ages.
In that time, they've come to take the Order's services for granted. Templars risk their lives against blood magic, demons, abominations, to feel as if those efforts are dismissed. I may disagree with the Order's actions, but I'm here as proof of that. I sympathize with their frustrations.
What do you think of the people you work with?
Who do you mean?
What do you think of our ambassador?
We have little in common. How she delights in meeting with nobles all day is beyond me. But I enjoy working with her.
How do you like working with Leliana?
The Inquisition would not exist without her. I may not always agree with her methods, but she's more passionate about our cause than anyone. Cassandra may have declared the Inquisition publicly, but Leliana is just as responsible for its formation.
Are you satisfied with the Inquisition's forces?
Our numbers are small, but they suit our needs for the time being. Some Templars have joined us instead of following the Order. They've proven invaluable in training new recruits.
I should let you get back to work.
I think we had more.
Yes?
Yes.
I should get to know you better. We are working together after all.
What would you like to know?
All right. Where are you from?
How to act Ferelden, my esteemed Lady Sidonia. I'd like to take full responsibility for Lady Marchalette's odd behavior of late. You see, we recently began the study of history. I thought that it would do the young mistress some good to be exposed to all Thedosian cultures and not just Olay. It was a foolish thought. Regrettably, your dear daughter has taken a particular interest in Ferelden folklore. At first, she developed an affinity for King Calenhad, which seems to have devolved into borderline infatuation. She stared at me, eyes wide, when I told how he unified the barbarians with his allegedly incomparable might and charisma. Every time I tried to move the lesson on to something more important, she insisted I tell her again about Calenhad, how the Fereldans say his hair was twice as yellow as the sun, and his chin more chiseled than the tallest peak in the frostbacks. Twice now I've had to tear down drawings she's tacked up in her bedroom of the man shirtless. That's just amazing. That's amazing. When we moved on to the werewolves, which was even worse. When you may already know, the Fereldans venerate the folk heroes Dane and Hafter. Dane was said to have been a werewolf, and Hafter to have descended from one. No enlightened man or woman could ever view such beast people with anything but revulsion. But you know Fereldans and their love of wildlife. Unfortunately, these tales of the wolfmen set the little mistress's imagination afire. When she suggested we put on a play for you and her lord father, I could not say no. I'm afraid that's why Marchalette was running through the mansion, wearing wet furs and frightening the chambermaids. She was rehearsing a scene in which Hafter drives back the Darkspawn. I've been informed that some priceless family heirlooms were destroyed amidst all that confusion, and I cannot fully express my dismay. I understand if my abject failure as a tutor results in my immediate dismissal. A letter from Brother Bernard to his former employer. Shit!
I grew up in Ferelden, near Honley. I was transferred to Kirkwall shortly after the Blight. This is the first I've returned in almost 10 years.
Dang. There we go. Ooh.
Varric's from Kirkwall. Did you two know each other?
I knew he was friends with the champion of Kirkwall, but little else. We've spoken more since I joined the Inquisition, largely at Varric's insistence. Apparently, I spend too much time with a serious expression on my face, and it's bad for my health.
You haven't seen Ferelden in 10 years. Are you glad to be back?
I was not sorry to leave at the time. I did not expect to return. Now, between the Divine's murder and the breach, I've arrived to find nothing but chaos.
What was Kirkwall like?
While I was there, Canary occupied and then attacked the city. The Viscount's murder caused political unrest. Relations between mages and Templars fell apart. An apostate blew up the Chantry, and the Knight Commander went mad. Other than that, it was fine.
What happened between Kirkwall's mages and Templars?
You were at the Conclave. You must have heard people speak of it.
Yes, but you were there.
There was tension between mages and Templars long before I arrived. Eventually, it reached a breaking point. There was fighting in the streets. Abominations began killing both sides. It was a nightmare.
This is definitely like a Cullen rendition of what happened. Like, it's maddening for him to tell it in such a dry, clinical manner when there was abuse from the Templar side for how many years? Like, let's just disregard, like, the fact that mages are basically enslaved and oppressed to begin with, like, categorically, as a system. To have, I mean, it shouldn't surprise me, but I'm just like, bruh. What the fuck? Did you just so casually recount, like, and then not mention the fact of why there was conflict? It makes it sound like there's justification for that. And there's no justification for the way that the Templars treat mages.
What happened then?
The Templars should have restored order, but Red Louis had driven Knight Commander Meredith mad. She threatened to kill Kirkwall's champion, turned on her own men. I'm not sure how far she would have gone. Too far.
So you opposed her?
I stood with the champion against her, in the end. I should have seen through Meredith sooner.
This is why Cullen doesn't have a real redemption arc, ladies and gentlemen.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight. Did you fight Darkspawn?
No. I was stationed at Ferelden's Circle Tower. The Circle had troubles of its own. I remained there during the Blight.
What happened at the Circle Tower?
Few who survived the Blight have fond memories of that time. I would prefer not to speak of it.
I'll let you return to your work.
Another time, then.
Oh. I like that floating sword and shield. Ooh. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to field so many angry comments from girls who love Cullen.
Need something?
I think we did all these, or maybe.
I read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to
Carry
say,
on.
I feel like we've done that one. Okay, so we really don't have any extra dialogue from Sera being here. But let's go find Sera herself. The first time I played through, I recruited her after. So, I'm not sure where she is here. Oh, good. My reasoning was sound. Oh, is this the song?
We'll have that for you right away. Just rumors.
I'm very glad this is the song playing right now. Okay, let's talk to her.
So, this is it, huh? Oh, no, it's fine, yeah? It's just, I thought it'd be bigger. That would have been hilarious if you were a man, right? Wasted. Anyway, stopping wars should earn more sovereigns than this. Need things back to normal for coins to be flowing again. Another reason the Templars and mages need to be sat down.
It's not just a war between those two.
Well, sure, the sky has a hole in it. But I can't put an arrow in that. Well, I have. Doesn't come down. That's weird. And that's the point, right? It's weird and right there, but they still want to punch each other. They're too busy to look up where the real questions are.
I mean, I really think that belittles the issue, especially with how systematic the oppression of mages are. But I don't expect someone like Sera to understand that.
Is there something else you're looking for? Like, what's behind all this?
Maybe. I don't know. First things first, right? I help you, march, arrow, kick. Then people stop being stupid, and everything starts to make sense again. Sound good to you, all-touched Lady Herald?
No, thank you. And I really hate all-touched Lady Herald. That's like the worst nickname to date.
I'm committed to putting an end to this crisis. Whatever it takes.
It's why I'm here, yeah? This is where it gets done, whatever it is. Can't do a bloody thing with everyone pissing themselves. Stupid everyone.
I'm so confused most of the time. Is that all the chat options she has?
Chasing the Lord Seeker, I hear. Anyone who thinks they need Lord in front of the name, that's bad. Bet he's got a portrait taller than he is. First clue to a total arse. Fact.
Oh, you can kick her out already? What the shit? I guess... I honestly don't know. Do we just not have enough approval to push that option out? I don't intend to kick her out. We don't get along, and that's fine. But I'm not gonna kick her out.
Tell me about yourself.
What about me?
How about the basics? Where are you from?
Ferelden?
I got that from the accent. Where in Ferelden?
All over? Okay, fine. Denerim for a bit. South, north, wherever I want.
There are no connections you want to mention at all.
Nope. It's complicated. I don't like complicated. Let's leave it at that. Maybe.
You're skilled. Who taught you how to use a bow?
No one.
That seems unlikely.
What? I picked it up here and there. Mostly it just makes sense. It's not like that for you.
Usually it takes considerable discipline. Hence my question.
Hence. Look, I work at it. Practice a little. Not like Cullen and his pets. I mean, you miss, then you don't. Is it that hard to see when it's wrong?
Well, it's not like that for other elves, I know that.
Most I know couldn't find an arrow sitting on it. Right. Maybe I just make it look easy in shite company. Fact still is, no teacher. Where would I find one in alleyways anyway?
I'm just interested in talking to an elf like me.
Don't think so.
Why not?
Well, maybe you're alright, but most elves are too... elfy. Like that's soulless, right? Never be as good as we were. Well, who's we? I'm just fine.
I mean, she has a point. And that's... so this is a particular case there. Normally I'm not going to argue for boomers, but there's some nuance to that colors that estimation.
There's nothing to learn from any of that history.
Yes, don't do that. What? We lost so bad there was nothing left. You figure out what they wore on their deathbed. You wear it. Waste of time.
Ugh.
We'll talk later.
If you say so.
So, there you go. You guys got Sera. Ooh. Alright, so what we're going to do is next time, grab Vivian, go through and talk to her wherever she decides to locate herself here, and then probably go and grab the next two individuals on our list. I want to grab our companions first because I want to get as much character dialogue and interaction in as possible. So then we'll grab, I know we opened up the area for Blackwall and we opened up the area for Iron Bowl. So we'll go, if you guys have a preference, you let me know as far as who to pick up first. Because they're all going to get done. It's just in what order. All right, guys. I hope that each of you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.